Have you ever wondered what it is that truly defines a person's strength? Is it their appearance, their confidence, or something much deeper, something invisible, something born from within? I've often found myself contemplating the nature of true strength. I've walked through the valleys of doubt, self-loathing, and isolation, just like you, and I've come to a realization that has not only changed my life, but reshaped my entire perspective on what it means to be truly powerful. Years ago, I found myself questioning everything. What makes someone magnetic? What makes them compelling? More importantly, what makes them resilient when the world seems to push them to the edge? I wasn't always this person. I didn't always exude confidence or inner strength. There was a time when I was just another face in the crowd, trying to fit in, trying to be liked. But there came a moment, a pivotal moment, when I realized that the path to real strength wasn't through seeking approval or trying to conform. It was through something far more profound, the journey of becoming unshakable in your own identity. I want to tell you the story of how I found this power, not in some grandiose way, but in the smallest of moments, the ones where I stared down my own fears and insecurities and chose not to bow to them. The road was long and filled with setbacks, but it was through this struggle that I found the essence of personal power, the ability to endure, to be unwavering, and to rise no matter how hard life pushed me down. It all started with a simple shift in my perspective. You see, I was once obsessed with the idea of being liked. I sought validation from the world around me, constantly trying to please people, to conform to their expectations. I thought that by fitting into their mold, I would finally feel at peace, like I mattered, but I couldn't have been more wrong. Here's the truth I stumbled upon in that moment of clarity. External validation is a fleeting thing. It's like trying to fill an endless cup with water. No matter how much you pour in, it will never be full. In those moments of quiet reflection, I began to question my true goals. Why was I chasing approval? Why was I trying to become someone I wasn't? And that's when I had an epiphany. True power doesn't come from the approval of others. It comes from the approval you give yourself. It comes from standing firm in your own truth, in the face of life's chaos, and saying, I am enough. But how do you get there? How do you transcend the need for validation and tap into that unshakable inner strength? It begins with the practice of self-mastery. I'm not talking about the kind of self-discipline where you force yourself into a rigid, joyless routine. No, I'm talking about the kind of mastery that comes from the ability to control your emotions, to rise above the noise, and to respond to life with clarity and wisdom, not reaction. You see, the true measure of a man is not in how he reacts to success, but in how he endures failure. I've learned this lesson the hard way. I've experienced loss, betrayal, and moments where it felt like the weight of the world was crushing me. In those times, it wasn't the loud voice of society or the fleeting approval of others that helped me. It was the quiet strength within, the ability to accept the pain, the frustration, and keep going. Stoic wisdom tells us that the only thing we can control is our response to life, and that, my friend, is where true strength lies. I had to stop pretending to be someone I wasn't. I had to stop playing games, stop trying to act cool, stop faking it, and that's when I started to see things differently. Authenticity became my greatest weapon. And let me tell you, being authentic is not easy. It requires you to stand bare in the face of judgment, to be vulnerable with the world around you. But the beauty of authenticity is this: it demands nothing from others but yourself. It's in this raw, unfiltered honesty with yourself and the world that you begin to attract what truly matters, real connections. People can sense when you are genuine. It's not the smile you force or the compliment you give. It's the way you make others feel. When you speak with honesty, when you stand firm in who you are, you give others permission to do the same. And that's where connection, real connection, begins. I began practicing something that transformed the way I interacted with people: active listening. But here's the twist. Active listening isn't just about hearing what someone says. It's about truly understanding them, tuning into their emotions, their needs, their struggles. It's not about you, it's about them. And when people know you understand them, they open up, they share more, they trust you more, and they begin to see you as someone who is worth their time. But let's not sugarcoat it. This journey of self-discovery is not for the faint of heart. It's not about quick fixes or superficial changes. You will face setbacks, you will question yourself, you will fail, but if you can learn to embrace failure as a teacher, not an enemy, you'll discover that failure is simply a lesson in resilience. Every mistake you make is another step toward becoming who you were meant to be. So let me leave you with this. Strength isn't something you are born with. It's something you cultivate over time. It's the result of facing adversity head on, of learning from it, and of choosing to rise every single time you fall. It's the art of becoming impervious to the world's judgments, to the criticisms of others, and most importantly, to the doubts that live in your own mind. When you begin this journey, it will be hard. You'll struggle. You'll feel like giving up. But in those moments, remember this: you are stronger than you think. You have the ability to rise from every fall, to stand tall in the face of adversity, and to become the person you were always meant to be. And when you do, you'll find that the world doesn't just begin to respect you, it starts to follow you. Think about whether this channel is worthy of getting your love and support. If it is, don't hesitate. We will meet in the next video. Until then, keep evolving.